Now then, how are you doing? I wonder if you've ever made any mistakes when buying records. I've made a few myself, and today I'm going to talk about one of those times and show you one of the rarest Elvis records ever released here in Japan. Now, back in the 1950s, they kind of went their own way in Japan when it came to Elvis's releases. The first album was released on a 10-inch record with fewer tracks in the American version and different tracks. Also, it had Heartbreak Hotel on, for example. The Loving You album, the Christmas album, and the King Creole album all had different covers, and Loving You also had different tracks. Gold Records Volume 2 was released as a 10-inch record, minus 2 tracks, and it was also called Elvis's Golden Record. When they did release an album called Elvis's Golden Records Volume 2, it had a completely different cover, and also the tracks were closer to the For LP Fans Only album than Gold Records Volume 2. And A Date with Elvis also had a different cover to the American version. So there were only 2 albums released here in Japan which had the same tracks and similar front cover to the American versions. And here's one of them, Elvis's Golden Records. I talked about this album in my very first video. And the only other one is this album, Elvis, the second album. Now, you might look at this cover and not associate this album with rarity, because the second album sold so well in the US. But believe me, this album is really, really rare. The first album is also very, very rare. For example, I saw one on a Japanese auction site sometime last week, and it had been bid on up to about $500. I don't know what the final price was. But this one here, the second album, I've never seen on an online auction, and I've never seen it in an actual bricks and mortar store. So I bought this one online, and I made a big mistake after I bought this album. So I spent a lot of time looking at the description online, making sure I really wanted it, because it wasn't cheap. So I checked the condition very carefully, checked the notes that the seller had put on his homepage. So he mentioned that there was a little bit of wear along the top edge. He mentioned that there was a sticker on the front cover. Otherwise, the cover is very nice. And he also mentioned that there was a sticker on one of the record labels. But otherwise, the record is in close to near mint condition, as he described it. So I decided to pull the trigger and bought it, and the record came, and I had a quick look at the record. It looked really nice, just like the seller had described. Now, I just recently discovered a way of removing stickers from album covers. I already knew how to get stickers off labels, so I wasn't worried about that one. But I really, really wanted to remove this sticker here. Now, at the moment you can see it's just like a little white patch. Originally it was similar to the sticker on the label with numbers on it. So anyway, I got to work with the lighter fluid, and I was carefully removing the sticker, and worked on it for quite a bit, and I got to this stage here, and I thought I'll take a break. It's taking longer than I thought, so I'll have another look at the record, really check it out and see just how good it is. And it was at that point that I realized that there was a big, big problem with the record. Can you see it? Yep, that's a great big crack on the outside edge. And there was really nothing I could do about it, because I'd already messed around with the cover. So I couldn't send the record and the cover back to the seller in the same condition I received them. So there was really nothing I could do about it but just keep the record. The good thing about it is possible to listen to the music without the stylus going through that crack. So it is still playable, but it is a real shame because, as I said before, this particular pressing, this is the first pressing of the second album. In fact, this was the first 12-inch LP, the first 12-inch Elvis LP ever released in Japan, because the first one was a 10-inch, as I said. So it's a real shame that it happened to be this record which is cracked. Of all the records in my collection, it's the only one that has a crack in it, and on the label there, just to rub my nose in it, on the label it says non-breakable. So that's just a little lesson I learned there. You know, check your records very carefully before doing things like removing stickers from them. Maybe at moments such as that, when you get a little bit overexcited, what we really should do is pay attention to the words that Elvis sang in 1966. Everybody stop real still, look both ways, listen. Or you could end up with something that's not all it's cracked up to be. Since I posted my last video, the number of subscribers to my channel has pretty much doubled. So I just wanted to say thank you very much to everyone who's subscribed. It really, I really appreciate it, and it makes it even more enjoyable to do these videos, knowing that there's a few people out there who are going to watch them. So thanks again for watching. Take care.